everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Happiness Matters, the show with me, Beanie Man, your host, and Mo the service dog, who is sleeping right now. So hopefully that stays that way. Anyway, today I have an awesome guest because all my guests are awesome, So today I have JC Soto here, and we met, yes, networking, kind of. We met at a business master, I can't even say it. Breakthrough. It was a Gary Barnes event. There we go. That's where we met. So JC, welcome. And thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate you. And I love what you do because Gary always says, be seen, be safe, be relevant. And you definitely help with the be seen part. And, the relevance and all that, but it's like really be seen. So tell us a little bit about you. It's like, are you a native to Colorado? What brought you here? What excites you? And what are you all about?
Well, Beanie, first of all, thank you for having me here, inviting me to your show. I'm from Puerto Rico. So I've been in Colorado for about 25 years.
Also, you're a native now.
I'm a native, practically a native from...
I think after 20 years, you got that status.
Yeah, I'm from here. But I was in the Air Force for many years. And
in Europe, where?
I was in Germany. I traveled over Europe.
Where in Germany?
I was close to Hamburg, a little town called Garstedt, close to Bremerhaven.
Oh, okay. See, I'm from the south. I'm from Nuremberg.
Yeah, we used to go Fulda and all the way down to Frankfurt and Munich and all those warmer cities than the north.
And nicer too,
nicer,
prettier.
Yeah, grittier.
And
greener,
better beer, better bread,
bigger,
better brats.
Yeah, all that good stuff. So I spent some time in the Air Force, and then once I got back to the States, you're welcome, I landed in Colorado. I had two choices. I either went to Hawaii or come to Colorado. So I chose Colorado. And I've been here for, like I said, 25 years now. Time going really fast.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's flown
like,
fast.
Especially when you're having fun.
Exactly. It's been a fun ride here.
Indeed.
Yes. And then worked for Lockheed Martin for some years, working with the space program that they have here in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Traveled to the Cape a few times with some of the rockets.
Nice.
And then bought some businesses after that and learned a lot about marketing. And when I have my businesses, I realized that a lot of business owners don't know much about marketing.
Nothing.
They don't. They're really, really good at their craft. The plumber can be really good at fixing plumbing issues. But when it comes to marketing themselves and promotions, they really don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had my business before this one, I had a store and also had a carpet cleaning business. And in order to promote myself, I learned a lot about marketing. So when I finally had the chance to put those skills to a test, I decided to learn even more and help small business owners and authors and speakers and everybody that, which is pretty much any business owner needs that marketing help nowadays with the internet. And
I know. And there's so much information out there. I mean, I was always looking, and there's some good information and a lot of not good information.
That's right.
And for somebody like me, it's like I wouldn't even know where to begin. Well, I have you in my life now, but it's like it's crazy. It's really hit and miss, and mostly it's a miss.
It is, and the internet changes so fast.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things coming on the picture almost every day. There's something new. Google changes the rules all the time. So
yeah, why?
Well,
if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Well, it's technology. It keeps changing. We keep improving. Money's also part of the issue. So,
well, I was like, I finally figured out how it works. Yay! And then they change it.
Yeah, we got something new for you. They tell you, well, you figure it out, but now we have something new for you. Something
Hooray!
Else. Yeah.
Anyway, so you help people. Why is that? I mean, we know what got you started on that, and I know this excites you because every time we talk about it, you just light up. You do. I mean, I can totally tell that this is your passion. is really that you found your passion by helping others be seen and really
That's,
get their messages out.
that's correct. And you know, the marketplace is so crowded right now. It's so really noisy. There's a lot of people just doing the same thing, and every time somebody comes up with a new idea, somebody else wants to copycat
Oh,
that.
new shiny thing.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody's doing the same marketing, so nobody stands out nowadays.
Right.
So it's becoming a struggle for a lot of, especially coaches and professionals, to really stand out. And I like to help them when they have something to offer, really something of value, something that is really worth it, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to break out of the crowd. And that's what I do. I help them with that idea and help them let everybody learn about it, so these
Right.
people can help, you know, as many people as they can.
Right. Do you have a like a quick tip for somebody like me, for instance? Because I know that I'm not the only one out there. You know, I mean, I wrote the book, you know, I do some speaking, looking to do more, and I'm just like I'm a little fish in a big pond, you know,
Okay.
and it doesn't really mean, and I know there's so many of our viewers, they feel the same way. I mean, they may not be in the coaching industry, they might be in something else, but like you said, I mean, the markets are so saturated. There's, you know, I mean, especially in the coaching industry, anybody's like, oh, I'm a life coach. Yay. Personally, I don't like that term, but that's a different story. But I mean, it's like, so what can the individual do, you know, that helps us stand out? Do you have a tip for us?
Well, the first thing, and I think the most important thing, is becoming the educator. You look at people like Richard Simmons. You can look at people like
God, I
Susie
like
Orman.
him.
Yes, Susie Orman. You see all these people, Oprah. All they do is educate people. They
Hmm.
do educating. They put as much content out there. Gary Vee is another one, and that's all
He's
they do.
amazing too.
Yes, and they're every time you see them out there, they're educating people. They put a lot of content. They don't pull anything back. They don't hide anything,
Hmm.
and they become the advocate for that customer. They want to help that person as much as possible. So that's what I help my clients do also.
Okay.
Instead of selling, no, start, you prove your value by educating people. That's
Hmm.
how you get the trust. That's how they start trusting you, and then they start asking, what else do you have?
Hmm.
Can you help me out? Do you
Right.
have a program
And
that I can sign into?
right. And that makes sense because it's like I did a show, it's Networking 101. And I see it, I mean, whether it's in person or if it's online, it's all about buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And I know how I am. I was like, I glaze over, I tune out, and I move on. You know, because when we get bombarded with so much, every once in a while something catches me. It's like, oh, a lot of times I'm a visual person, so a lot of times it's a picture, it's a photo of something. It's like, oh, squirrel, this is cool. But I still move on. I don't stay. I just look at the picture. It's cool. I might look at the headline and then I move on. And I think most have that issue.
Yeah, and you know that's what makes it in a way easier for somebody that comes and disrupt that industry and start teaching people and start helping out and
Hmm.
start offering all this content that is based on educating. It's called education marketing.
Hmm.
So you stand out just by doing that by itself. Now you're not that people or that person that's always selling, buy my stuff, come to my website and go give me your money. So now you become somebody that's above that noise.
Okay. That's awesome. So speaking of come to my website, because right now I send people to my website because I have a gift for everybody. What's your take on that?
As far as having something on your website,
Yeah, having something, you know, a gift for someone. So for me, it's the quick guide to happiness because clearly happiness matters. It's important to me, and it's important for me to get the message out and to help as many people as I can. So now I have people can download the quick guide. So I mean, I think it's a great idea,
I think it's a
but I'm
great
not the
idea.
expert.
Yes, I think it's a great idea. Um, However, it has to be a strategy behind that. Are you going
Okay.
to follow up with those people? And at any time in the market, any industry, only 3 to 5% of the people in that market are ready to buy right now. So
Right.
you got to have a long-term strategy to follow up with those people. In my case, when I build a campaign, the campaign might last a year because there are people on that list that they might be interested now, but they're not ready to spend the money right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be ready, willing, and able to spend that money. They got to have the resources to spend the money. They might,
Right.
somebody might be looking for a car today just to see what's available out there, but they probably can't afford to pay me maybe $500 a month. A year from now, maybe they have a job promotion or something else came up and they can afford that car. But
Mm-hmm.
if you just drop them at the beginning of the cycle, then you lost them forever because they're going to go to somebody else.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I get that because um I get, I sign up for something and then, oh look, another email. Oh, look, another email. And what would, because I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that thinks that way. But when I sign up for something and then all of a sudden I get like one email a day or three emails a day or something, I do that for maybe a week or two. And then I unsubscribe because I'm sorry, I already get enough stuff in my inbox. What is too much and what is enough?
Well, I believe that you should do, we have short campaigns where we have campaigns to reactivate past customers that might last 7 days, and we dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have the long-term campaign, which is the lead nurturing campaign, and that might be maybe a year, and that will be once a month. Once a
Okay.
month, we stay in touch.
Kind of like
Now,
a newsletter type thing.
exactly, just stay
Mm-hmm.
in touch once a month, and then of course you give them the option to contact you. So that's why at the bottom you say, well, if you need any help, here's my contact information. But I will be back next month. So that's a good pace because if you like pizza
I
and
don't like pizza at
well,
all.
you're like me, you like that good Italian stuff. I welcome that once a month uh, coupon or the news or event that restaurant is going to have.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. Every day, I mean, I unsubscribe from companies that email me probably 3, 5 times a day, desperate for me to buy their stuff, and I just like. So that's the whole goal for them is just to sell stuff, not to help you out, not to
Right.
educate you, not to support you, but to sell you stuff. And a lot of the companies also do this. And when you go back 6 months later to maybe say you buy a piece of software and you use it for maybe 5 months, and the 6th month something happens, you need help. You sometimes you find out that the company is no longer available, it's no longer in business
Right.
because all they wanted to do is sell you the stuff.
Right. It's that quick money thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And oh my God, there's so many out there. But it's in any industry.
yes,
It's in any, it's like uh...
yeah. And that's unfortunately, but in the on the internet is even more so because anybody can set up a website, take it down, set up another website, take it down. So they can do that. A lot of people do that
Hmm.
continuously. But selling this product today, tomorrow this is something else. Today I'm a coach for marketing. Tomorrow I'm a coach for podcasting. So they keep changing that stuff, and it's hard to keep track of who these people really are. And some of
Right.
their pitches sound really good until you really get into the product that they're selling.
Right. And I agree. I mean, I look at some of the stuff is like, and with all the algorithms, you search for one thing and all of a sudden you get all the advertising just for what you're just looking for.
That's right.
Even
Yeah.
if you're not even like on Facebook or something, but you go on Amazon and you look something up and all of a sudden like bam, you
Yeah.
get 5 million advertisings for that and one sounds better than the others, and they really do.
Yeah.
And there were a few times where I looked at it, it's like, oh, this sounds really interesting, this could help me. It was like, I don't even know what they were called, like insoles with the pressure points and then the magnets in it.
Uh-huh.
I don't, anyway, because I have issues. Surprise.
Okay.
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
So but see, and what I've learned to do, I do research. It's like, is this, I mean, they're saying it's all this, that, and the other. Is that really backed up? And I mean, of course, you do a Google search, got to be careful what you get because it feeds in with the algorithms, right?
That's right.
So you get articles that, and a lot of times I realize it's like, it's a really good article. And I look a little deeper, it's from that company that's selling this stuff.
Promoting themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you just devaluated everything.
Yeah.
That means nothing to me. And it's sad. It's scary too.
Yeah. And there's so many of them out there, like you said, and they have what you talking about is it's a tracking pixel. So
Mm.
once you get into a website like Amazon or Facebook, it follows you for maybe 30 days. And every time you go to here and there, every time you're online, you see it. Even on your email, sometimes it's right there, pops up. You know,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, is there a way we can get rid of that?
No, unless you unsubscribe. Once you get into that website, it follows you for maybe 7 days, 14 days,
Bastards.
30 days. Yes.
Right. Wow. Well, that's a whole nother industry.
Yes, it is.
That's a whole nother industry. And I'm having a brain cramp right now. I know we're going to talk about something else, the importance of
Authority positioning.
there you go. I was like total like
Yes. Someone is paying attention.
oh, thank you. Thank you very much. See, that's why I have awesome guests on my show to keep me straight and stop me from chasing squirrels.
Well, it would have been worse if you asked me a question. I'd be like, oh, what?
I was like, okay, you need to pause it. We need to go back and re-record.
No, you need to edit that out.
All right. So, positioning. Let's talk about that.
Positioning is accomplished by using what's called trust triggers. And some of the trust triggers are your book, writing a book, or being part of a compilation of authors in somebody else's book, press releases, video, article writing, joint ventures, webinars, that kind of a thing are the trust triggers. Things that people, when they see you, they start trusting you, start looking more into you. The first time somebody is going to see you, they're going to be really skeptical. They're going to be like, this guy's really talking, telling the truth, or he just blowing smoke. So that's why the first thing they do, they go to Google. So they go to Google to see, does he have a website? Does he have a video on YouTube? Does he have any press releases, wrote anything good about this guy? Does he have a book? They go Amazon and check out if they have a book. So those are trust triggers. And that start building up that process, because now people feel more comfortable with you. Now they go to the website, and if they have the download, they're going to give you that valuable email address. And that's that starts the whole process.
Gotcha. So, fun fact, if you go on Google and you Google Beanie Man, there's a very good chance you will get a picture of a Jamaican rapper. He spells his name Beenie, and then the last name, his is Man, mine is Mann.
Oh.
But even if you type in Beanie Man with 2 N's at the end, his stuff comes up, which is kind of funny. Because I tell people, it's like, so it's Beanie like the beanie hat, a lot cuter, of course, definitely cute. And I love the Jamaican rapper, don't get me wrong. I was like, I'm definitely cuter than him, in my opinion.
So is that been happening for a while, or is this just recently?
So he's been around longer than, so my given name is Sabina, Sabine. But most Americans can't pronounce it. They come up with Sabine, Sabine, Sabina, Sabrina, and I'm like, really, what?
Yeah.
So friends started calling me Beanie years ago, and my last name is Mann, Mann.
Okay.
I mean, that's just what it is. And I didn't know that there was a Beanie Man until, because every once in a while, you Google your name. It's like, wonder what comes up if I Google my name. Imagine my surprise when the rapper came up, and I'm like, well, that's not me. Not even a little bit. So yeah, I thought that was kind of fun.
So my guess is that he has more connections to his website that are higher than yours.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's.
I mean, he's music, and he's not that bad either.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just one of those things.
So, but does yours come up right after his, below it?
Not as the second one.
No. Okay.
I mean, I haven't Googled it in a while, but I don't know. Now I'm curious. I'm like,
It should be somewhere in that first page because now you're
I think
using
it's
your own
somewhere
name.
on that first page, but like down below, right
Okay.
before you go to the next page or something.
Okay.
I
Well,
might be more now. You know what? While we're talking, you keep telling us about the relevance, and I'm going to look it up real quick
well,
because now I'm curious.
so let's talk about the anthology. Anthology is a group of authors that get together and contribute to a whole book.
Okay.
So you have that versus writing your own book.
Well, it's kind of like chicken soup for the soul.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you have the advantage of being part of that multi-author book or writing your
I'm,
own book.
I'm
So you
sorry.
found it. Did you
Yeah, I
find it?
just put in my name, and I'm like the first one up.
See,
And there's 449,000 results.
that's really good news.
Now you type it in. I bet you I don't come up first.
Oh, I can't.
I think I came up first because it's my computer.
But you can't probably get someone. Well, I'll do it later.
Right. So
Check
I
out
came up first, and then underneath that, it's like it's Beanie Man with one N and Wikipedia, and then underneath that, it's Beanie Man Amazon, which is me again. Anyway.
So we have two options. You can be part of the book, the anthology, or you can be your own solo author. Now, here, as writing your own book is going to take you a while of time, investment in time and money, and a lot of patience, because it takes some effort. Here,
Right.
you're only putting up one chapter. When you do an anthology, you're also benefiting from the promotion done by all these authors because you're writing on their coatbacks, the coattails.
Nice.
Because
Right.
they're doing the same thing. You're part of that book. If it becomes a bestseller because of everybody's effort, now you're also a bestseller author. Here, you still have to go through the whole process by yourself, setting everything up, writing the book, getting the covers done, getting the description, and hoping that it will become a bestseller. So that's a big advantage of being part of an anthology versus being your own solo author.
Got you. Well, that makes sense. So to become part of a collaboration, is there an easy way to do that? Because I know there's a lot of people out there, they're thinking about writing a book, but they might be scared to write their own book, but it's like, hey, I can do a chapter or an article or something in a book, but where do they start?
Well, it depends. It depends mostly on the subject. Because if you have, say, you have somebody writing about health or fitness, that kind of a thing, that you can, if you're a fitness coach, then you can get together with some other coaches and spearhead the whole thing. All you have to do is provide one chapter and get maybe another 10 coaches to do the same. And then you get them to contribute also some money to get that book put together. Other companies, me included, that we do that for our clients. We design a particular book subject, and we contact different authors if they want to contribute some of the content for the book.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yes.
Well, you and I will be talking more because I was like, really, you do all that? What?
Yes.
No, but it's really important and I see it all the time because I'm a small business entrepreneur at this point, and when I go networking and I run into others, and the struggles are all the same across the board. It's like, how can I get people know that I even exist? What can I do? And other than doing that one-on-one, that, hey, this is who I am and blah, 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 and which is boring for everybody these days because everybody does it. I mean, I love networking because you meet cool people, but the process is the same.
One of the mistakes that a lot of business owners make is networking with the same kind. For example, if you are, say you are a chiropractor, if you want to get more visibility, why would you network more chiropractors instead of going to people that might need that kind of help? Maybe you go to fitness trainers, then they might refer you to business. if you're a realtor, why would you do that with realtors instead of going to mortgage brokers or
Mm-hmm.
home inspectors? So that
Right.
happens a lot, and they don't see that and it happens that on LinkedIn also. A lot of people just network with their kind, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't really break out looking for their clients, their ideal
Right.
clients. That's what they need to look for.
Mm-hmm. And I see that too, because, I mean, being involved in the community, I mean, there's so many nonprofits, and they're like, hey, we want to do a fundraising event. Say it's a wine tasting. And it's like, so who are you inviting? Well, we're inviting our people. Well, so you have the same people. Are you inviting like wine groups? Because there's out there, are you inviting book clubs? Because they might like to drink wine, while they're doing. And I get I get the deer in headlights look. Oh, we didn't even think about that. And it's like, I always tell people, it's like, think outside the box. Get out of your box.
Exactly.
And, and I love it because people are like, Beanie, you're so outside the box. And I giggle and I'm like, what's a box? But I mean, we're so stuck and we're so focused because that's how it's been done, and we just stay within what's familiar because we feel safe in that space.
Yes.
But what I learned over the years is that the matching really happens outside that comfort zone. It happens outside of the realm of what we know and the people we know. It's like, yeah, they might know somebody, but, well, they've known the same people too. So you're really not leaving that sphere of influence.
No, you're not making new connections. It's like back in the old days when they had the phone books and you were looking for a lawyer, you got 50 pages, full pages of lawyers, and all the ads look the same, say the same thing. The only thing different was the picture and the phone number.
Right.
Because the message was the same. Nobody was standing out
Mm-hmm.
until somebody came and said, well, why don't you just either go to my website or download or come request this booklet so you have more information. So they started to stand out because now they're not just somebody with the picture and a phone number, but they offer some value. A booklet that has some info, answer some questions,
Mm-hmm.
a free phone call, something that is completely different from everybody else.
Right. And I agree. I mean, giving something of value, whether it's information, it's a booklet, it's something they can take away or put into practice right away.
Exactly.
It's huge. It's huge. And it's something is like, and make it easy too. Make it simple so people remember, because if it's like really complicated, yeah, gone.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
turn around, they talk to the next person, and they're like, what were they saying? What am I supposed to do? Oh, well, moving on.
Yeah, go to the competition. Maybe they have something simpler to use. That's
Right.
what they do.
Right. And it's like, that, was it the KISS series on the book? Keep it simple, stupid,
Yeah, yes.
or silly, or whatever the S stands for. But it's true. It's like, break it down, make it simple so people will remember and can put it to practice and put it to use. And it's like, it's like my book, for instance. I tell people it's a quick read because they're surprised. It's like, that's easy to read. It's quick. And I said, yeah, it's simple steps.
Yeah, it's actionable. Something
It's
actionable that people
right.
can use.
It is something that you can put into action right away. It is something that you can remember to do because you've been doing it the whole time. It's just, now somebody pointed it out.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I see more of that. People are offering more value instead of just like, buy my stuff, and you should buy it because I'm awesome.
Yes.
No.
And another thing that people still doing is join my newsletter. There is no incentive, no reason for me to join your newsletter if you don't tell me why.
Right.
What do you have that I want to give you my email address in exchange for what? What are you giving me? What are you sending me?
Right.
So, and I still seeing that. I still see people that just join my newsletter. Okay, what do you offer? Mm-hmm. What's the value that I'm getting? What's in it for me?
I have that on my website too, but I don't really do a newsletter right now. So.
Yeah, it has to be something of value for sure.
Right. And that's why for me, I do the quick guide to happiness because that's something, there's exercises in there and it's easy to do. Everybody can do it. So no, I get that. This is like, there's so much. Yeah. You and I really need to sit down and talk. I got to rethink a few things.
We will do that soon.
I know we will, because, we hang out with the same people.
The same tribe. That's correct.
But what's cool is with that, even though we're like, like go outside your comfort zone, find a new tribe and everything. What I like is with this tribe, it's always evolving, it's always changing.
Yeah.
Well,
this is
like,
different. This is different because this is about getting to that next level.
Right.
So to start hanging out with people that are already up here, and they hand you, give you a hand to help you pull you up to that level. Mm-hmm. So this is different than networking. This is more of a collaboration and helping and community that's going to help you move up.
Right. And I love that. And I mean, I found out with the Women's Chamber, I joined when I was a mortgage loan officer. But because I was part of that community, or I am part of this community, it gave me the strength and the guts to walk away from mortgages and start being me, because I knew I had that support. And having that support, whatever group that is, or groups, it can be more than one, is huge. Yes. It's absolutely, I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the Southern Colorado Women's Chamber and some of the connections I made and some of the connections I made through other networking groups in this town, and because of the connections I made, I met Michelle Moras and Beata, and through that I met Gary, and through that I met you. I mean, it's like, whoa, it's so cool.
That's right.
It is so cool. You just never know if you're open and you go beyond yourself. Because I did the networking thing all wrong when I started 10 years ago, because it was all about me, myself, and I, and buy my stuff, and I'm so glad it's not like that anymore. That's really I learned a few things along the way. But no, I mean, it really makes a difference. And I much rather talk with somebody at any event, any networking event or whatever it is, and it's like, if they can leave, if we can leave each other and we give value to each other of some sort, I remember that person. I meet so many people and I couldn't tell you who they are. I might recognize them when I see them, and I'm sure same thing with you, because we meet so many people. I found, unless they leave something of value, and sometimes it's like, wow, I like the energy. It's really cool. There's something, but to have that connection that you remember, because if you don't remember the person that you connect with. I mean,
and sometimes just the inspiration of someone that that is really interested in talking, not selling you, but just have a conversation to learn more about you.
Mm-hmm. No, it's huge. It makes a huge difference. Yeah. So this is cool. I can't wait for you and I to chat.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah, sit down and talk.
And you all look out.
Yeah.
Now, this is awesome. JC, thank you so much for being on the show, for stopping in, by cyberspace, whatever, for being here. For sharing all this good information, because the more you know. Is really about the more you know. And you know what? And nobody says, guys, you need to figure it out on your own. I thought I'd figure it out on my own because I'm smart. No, you can't. You just can't, because there's so many things. You're not an expert on everything. For me, it's like, a little here, a little there, just enough to be really dangerous.
But it's not really helping. In trouble.
Huh? I know. It's not really helping, because I mean, that's what I've done up until a few months ago. Yeah. I was like, oh, I can figure this out. I'm smart. And there's Google. Google makes you smarter. Yeah. But what I'm learning is like, oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. There's so much. It's like, now I need to bring the experts in those fields, because this is not my field of expertise. And by me focusing on all these other things, it's taken away from what my mission is. And a lot of us, especially entrepreneurs or the solopreneurs, because we have to wear so many different hats, and we're getting pulled in so many different directions. It really takes away from why we started in the first place. So, and it doesn't have to.
And sometimes because of that, it stopped being fun.
Right.
You get stressed out, you frustrated, And sometimes you get tempted to just not do it anymore, not doing your business anymore.
Right. And you
Because
get burned out because it's just because you are running in all the directions but the one that you actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's like, find a team, build your team. It's like, you know what? And the thing too is like, you can pay in other ways than money. I'm not saying it's always the way to go, but always ask is like, hey, can we trade something? How can you help me? It's like, I really need this. There's ways, guys, but you just have to ask. It's just because somebody tells you, it's like, well, it's this much, and you just hear the price, and then you're like, well, I'm out. No, talk to the people. I do. It's amazing. It's like,
we all bring value. We
Yes.
all have some value.
Right.
So it's a matter of finding out how can we provide that value to that person.
Exactly. And that's really all it is. It's building those relationships, and how can we help each other grow, be better, be more, and of course be happy, because happiness matters.
That's numero uno. You gotta be happy.
Right. That's right. So JC, thank you so much for being on the show, for sharing your wisdom, for giving value, and just for being you. You're awesome.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate that.
Looking forward to talking to you soon.
We will. And hey guys, quick guide to happiness. Go over to my website, giftfrombeanie, BEENIE.com. Get your quick guide to happiness. Until next time, bye. Be happy, be kind, be loved. We'll see ya. Ciao.
Bye.